am Savvy Mike, and this is I Am Savvy Mike TV. We got Jim Jones dissing both of his ops, to be honest. He's talking about Kanye West in this one, and we're going to play a clip where he's talking about Cameron. I do want to play more clips from Angela Yee's platform and podcast because I do feel like she is a legend in this game and she deserves every spotlight she can get, to be honest. So I'm glad Jim Jones went up there, talked with Mano. They discussed Cameron, and they also discussed Kanye West. So we're going to listen to that clip first, and then we're going to listen to the next one. Let's listen.
But boy got a little screws loose and shit like that. And obviously, from the things that he been talking about, I do see that he needs attention. Like he seems to want the most attention in the world. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If he's not the person that's talked about, then he's talking about everybody else so people can talk about him. You know what I mean? Like he wants to be, from what I can see, is the most famous person in the universe of all time.
I feel like he's always said that.
On the wake up. You know what I mean? Like, I have to be the famous person.
Need to be the
it felt like he wasn't
on the Cardi album.
Yeah.
Right, so that
wowed out on Cardi. You heard? Like,
Cardi, he said, pull the gun on him.
I'm not in the news today. I'm a suck a dick today. Like, I'm not.
Okay.
Sometimes you're going too far, though.
Like, yo, bro.
He could have kept that one, though.
Come on, Trilly. Like,
I'm cool with the game.
I fucking agree. But one thing you find out about a lot of people when they are in the wrong, because let's be honest, if Kanye West did help Jim Jones make $2 million, the least he could have fucking did was figure out a way to send him a PDF. He could have faked it. He could have came up with some bullshit. He could have hit up with a young nigga and said, hey, here's a grand. Here's a grand. Here's $1,000. Make me some bullshit PDF of some young nigga trends and styles from Shein and fucking Fashion Nova. Send it to me. I'm going to send it to Kanye. Let him have it. That's all you had to do, Jim Jones. That's it. I feel like that's all Kanye wanted you to do. And he was just went along with whatever. Because clearly Kanye, he looks up to the diplomats. You could tell when he was fucking tweeting and ranting about Cameron. He was like, yeah, and I'm doing this with my Dipset belt on. Like, okay, flex that if you want to. And then when he was chilling with Top 5, he had the Dipset. He's always wearing the Dipset chain, at least when he doesn't have the swastika one on. So clearly he holds Jim Jones, Cameron, and Wells Santana to a high regard and to a same standard as, I guess, Hitler. I love the diplomats too. I wouldn't compare them to fucking Hitler.
We just said music was therapeutic.
Yeah, but he took it. Yeah.
So maybe because that's the thing, right?
I don't knock nobody.
Yeah, but
that was
sucking
way pause. Hey, yo, wow,
my God.
But man, you heard like
he knows that though. That's why he keep going.
He come out with KKK hoodie on, everything. I'm about to go buy one and see how that shit work for me.
It's not. Don't do it.
It's not.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not.
So how the fuck you think I'm gonna be up here talking crazy about this man? It don't work. Let him do him. I appreciate the good times we had. You heard? Like
we had a time.
We had a time. It was a time, nigga. You heard? This shit I respect you for. You're creative, you're genius, you know how to make some money. I can't fuck with this shit. You heard? And this is the conversation we was having on our text, and I have all the text. That's why I'm laughing like, yo, bro, you talking about this $2 million. If I was one of these niggas that love the media, I would put the whole text on with quietly and show you everything that you lied about. Like, bro, don't, let's not do this. We only talk through text, bro. And you didn't even know what a VIG was. It's this certain shit I'm like, yo, bro, how you make $1 billion, nigga? You don't know what a VIG is. Like, you dig, nigga? How you talking to me and you don't even know what a VIG is? Like, so it just. But we had our own back and forth. Nigga said he went to shoot the film with me. I said, cool.
What?
I said I'm flying out to LA tomorrow. We can shoot the 31. That's terms where I'm from. We fight for 31 seconds. I kick your ass for 31 seconds. I hug you, and then I fly.
Why would
he said, I got it on text. He said, no, I was just vetting. We don't have to do that.
So he texted you and
said, I will fight you. you. He said, I will fight you. I know it's not the best. I will fight you. I
You
was like,
would
yo.
not have gotten no props for beating up Kanye.
We would have.
You would have beat him up for 31 seconds.
I would have flew to LA. We'd have
you
gotten in the
would've fought
room.
him.
You
We'd have
imagine?
boxed him up. Boop, 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 31 seconds. Put the clock on. Boop, boop, boop.
And that's exactly
This
how
what
you
we
would.
doing
Yeah.
today. 31 seconds.
31 seconds.
You heard? You want to shoot the fair one? I said, cool. I showed him how it need to be done. I showed him what you need to do. I was pulling the shit up. This how I need to look. This everything. Bop, laid it out for him. Blew his mind. He like, nah, you an alien. I need more. I need you. I nah, I need you to stay here. And it's the day before my album. Like, so this is the cold part. The day before my album comes out, I'm there. I'm like, yo, I gotta bust a move. He like, no, we making billions off of clothes. I'm like, bro, I have my album coming out tomorrow. I respect what you saying, but I'm going back home because I got people that love me. I got fans that respect what I'm doing. Like, my life don't stop for you, Jack. Like, what's wrong with you, all right? He like, oh, man. I'm like, yo, bro. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, I see what type of person this is. I'm out of here. But I'm like, yeah, we're not doing this. You heard? You just lost one. You heard? Because I'm the type of person that I will do everything I need to do for anybody. Mm-hmm. That's just how I am. But when you show me you're not willing to do anything for me, I can't fuck with you, Jack. You heard? And you knew my album was coming out. Nor did you say, oh, congratulations. Nor did you say, oh, let me post your shit up. Nor did you say anything that had to be
do with you.
With my album.
Right.
It was all about you.
What, yeah.
Good. Because I'm all about me. You heard? Mm-hmm. I sent him a picture. It was me and him in a picture. I sent him a picture right before I left. I said, I'm trying to figure out who's the superhero and who's the villain. I'm going to catch you later. You heard? Just like that. I need the PDF.
Well, now I see why. Yeah. So
bro,
that's probably...
I've created my own technology with Amazon. You think I don't know how to do a PDF?
Oh,
you heard?
Okay.
Like, do you see? I know how to engineer my own sessions. You see me build computers by myself, right?
That was Quarantine Studios?
Yeah, like,
yeah.
Of course I know how to do a PDF,
Right.
but you're not going to steal the sauce. That's another thing. A lot of these kids, they have it, but they don't have the sauce. You might got the packaging, but you don't got the sauce to sell.
Okay, I can understand what Jim Jones is saying here, and I can get where he's coming from, you know. But at the end of the day, with the knowledge of the fact that this man did help you make $2 million, the least you could do is like I said, you don't have to send the sauce. Send them some bullshit. I mean, like you ain't gotta send them the sauce. You ain't gotta send them what you've been cooking up, what you got cooking up. Cause see, that's the thing I'm finding out about Kanye. It's like he gets around people, and he instantly starts using them. It's like as soon as you get around this new version of Kanye, he will like instantly just use you for whatever you got, your clout, your abilities, your beats, your writing, your songs. Like he'll just try to leech everything off of you, and then as soon as you piss him off, he's cussing you out the next day. He's cussing you the fuck out. So with this, I am starting to learn and understand. Like the more and more people talk about it, the more and more people say, and the more and more he does, like the more and more we see him on lives and streams, and he's chilling with Neon and Sneeko. The more and more we see of that, the more and more I get it. I get why Chance the Rapper doesn't want to deal with this nigga no more. I get why Pusha T doesn't want to deal with this nigga no more. I get why Drake doesn't want. And that's another thing. Look, I'm getting to the Cameron clip, but let me get this off about Kanye real quick, because this is some weird shit that's going on. Like, I get it. He probably got hooked on something that he wasn't supposed to be hooked on, and that it is probably like whatever mental problems he was having is probably 10 times it. Like, it's fucked his brain up. So he's off some shit. Damn near off the spectrum. Respect to people who's on the spectrum, but I might be ready to call Kanye special. I'm just saying, because that's how he act. But regardless of that, I've seen the downfall is just being played in front of us, and it's like, damn. For some reason, with all that going on in his head, he still know how to make great fucking beats. It's sad. It's like all he got to do is just get tunnel vision, stay focused, stop worrying about all the free speech and I want to say what I want to say. Hey, like all that bullshit, like bullshit that I don't think Kanye believes. Like, let's be fucking. Like I said, I just think his brain is gone. It's fucked up. He can't help but to think and say and do those things. So, yeah, man, I get it. You know, I get why Pusha T isn't working. Like, bro, who would want to deal with that? A person that just wants everything that you bring and offer and you got. And at first, it seemed genuine. At first, it seemed like he was doing it because of the love of music. But now it just seems hate-filled. You know? And it is sad to see that, man. It is sad to see that. Anyways, I'm going to play the Cameron clip.
And Mano, you got into it too. Somehow your name came up.
Oh, man.
I was like,
damn, yeah, they dragged my man Maine into it and all that. Like, they was wild and all this shit. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, listen, the thing is this.
What'd they say about you
and
again?
They talked about when me and him had our disagreements or whatever, right? When we didn't know each other and we ain't like each other, right? And I clarified that, and my whole thing was that his initial issue with me was over Cam to begin with. Right?
Okay.
Because I came out with a lot of energy and I was saying what I wanted to say, right? But what I told him down in Atlanta is that we could have been adversaries, but figured out that it was better as allies. So that's what happened. Nothing happened.
Right.
Nothing never happened.
I also think that's a good example for people.
Yeah, 100%. That should be commended. Black men coming together, that should be saluted.
You got idiots like that are trying to change the narrative on what should be saluted. You know? Because they never been inside. They never been in situations like that.
These way worse could have been. Like that should be saluted. That should be looked at as like that's something to do. Because when you as we talk about,
I could name a million times.
Yeah.
Nothing. Right here. You heard?
Yeah, 100%.
You dig?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm for my life. You heard? For my life, nigga. Right here. Nothing. You heard? I got for my life. Back up, nigga. You heard? So when niggas be seeing footage, nigga, that was my job. You heard? I didn't expect it, nigga. So I took the job. You understand what I'm saying? That was my job, nigga. I did that because that's what I needed to do to get the fuck out where I was at, nigga. I knew the position I took. You heard? Everything was about what I needed to get done at the end of the day, man. But these niggas ain't built for it, and they know what I'm built for. You heard? And God bless me, he had his hand on me this whole journey of mine. You heard? Because I really escaped some shit unscathed. You heard?
And I think the also misperception was that you started rapping way later. But you actually were on Cameron's first album.
I helped him write every one of his albums. Every one of his albums. From his first album to maybe up to the album he did after Diplomats. Like Come Home With Me, his album he did on...
You was on the first one. Me,
I was on all of his albums.
My mom's and Jimmy, right? Yeah.
You heard? And I always knew how to rap, but I just didn't know how to rap good. But I always knew how to... The bars, I always knew... You dig? I knew how... You dig? So it was like... But yeah, I helped that man write all his music. And I commend them for figuring out how to do something else. I mean, they doing sports shows and shit like that. Cool. They always been comedians and shit like that. You dig? They never really been in the turf like that. Like, I'm happy for them. They get into a bag. Stay to your bag. You heard? You getting so much money, then you shouldn't be concerned about nothing else. You shouldn't be worried about nothing else. Especially not me. Please, leave me out your mouth. You heard? Other than that, I'm cool. Yeah, I feel good, though. But, like, I just want to tell people that's not what this is all about, man. Like, I'm happy to be where I'm at, you know what I mean? Like, people be like, yo, don't bite the fan and feed you. He never fed me. I fed myself. You heard? I'm not his artist. That was my partner.
Right.
You did?
Everybody's an independent asset.
You know what I mean? It's deeper than that. That was my partner. Like, people get it twisted. Like, that was my partner. Like,
I honestly hope Cameron and Jim Jones can reconcile whatever this beef is that they have, because honestly I forgot why they were beefing. I know I've been covering it, but honestly it's probably so petty that is neither one of y'all fucked a bitch or you know, it's nothing that deep. All it is really just been is a war of words between the two. and it just seems like it's clout chasey on only one side, and that would be yours, Jim Jones, because Cameron doesn't need the clout. He's working, he's grinding, he's trying to be hip hop Stephen A. Smith, and I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. While you're still out here scamming Kanye West for $2 million and rapping, and look. That's no diss, because I love Jim Jones. I think he's an amazing rapper, even by himself. He has made some great projects, for sure. But at the same time, it's like beefing with Cameron. What's the point? You should see him as an asset, not a villain. Because at the end of the day, y'all were cool. Yeah, y'all could both sit here and act like I was helping him write his raps. We was just going over his grandma's house to fuck bitches. Like, that's what both sides are like. That's the back and forth. It's like, come on, let it go. Like, outside of all of that petty shit, y'all have way more great history together. And it seems like Jim Jones is just mad because every situation, when it came to the money part of everything and the business aspect of it all, Cameron was finding a way to make way more than everybody else. You can't be mad at him. Like, he was doing what he got to do. He was hustling. That's what hustlers do. And you are one, Jim Jones. So I'm sure at a certain point you respected it, but I guess at this point it's more beneficial for you to diss him and go after him as much as you possibly can. Anyways. That's my 2 cents. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. I am Savvy Mike, and this is I Am Savvy Mike TV. Peace.